Hello everybody, welcome to the back nine of round 2 at the MVP Open at Maple Hill. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Madison Walker. We are the two hotkeys.
We are watching Kona, Panis, Catrina Allen, Maria Oliva, and Missy Gannon today. Catrina smoking hot 2 under on the front. Kona and Missy doing pretty well, even par or 1 over are great scores out here. Maria struggling, we'll see if she can pick it up on the back. Let's see, Kona, Haley King, and Paige Pierce are the only ones even, everybody else over par.
Hole 10 is a 281-foot par 3. It says that it's 281 feet, but it plays more like 350. It's straight uphill, super steep. There's some Christmas trees on the right you want to avoid getting into. This basket is way up high on a wooden castle that makes your approach or your putt very difficult. If you have the putting angle and hit that wall, it can super easily roll down the hill.
I saw some massive rollaways today. I saw one that was over 100 feet.
No. It can happen so easily.
Also, I was right up on the edge of it, and one of the castle things where it comes up was right in my swing. Like, this might be a hard putt.
Yeah.
Even though it was an amazing drive.
Yeah, you almost want to finish like right or left.
Yeah.
Of the basket.
You get up there and you're thinking, turbo? Scuba? Wow, look at the power.
Yeah, that's absolutely smashed uphill.
I would say you're middle of the pack FPO players, landing more like inside circle 2, you know, maybe 45 feet away. So I think it just demonstrates the power of, like, there is usually a very good shot. So Catrina and Kona just putting on a show, getting all the way up there.
Catrina's only bogeys in the front 9 were from missed putts, barely off, just a little bit high and a little bit low.
Oh, yeah.
So she's absolutely on fire today.
3 inside the circle has to be the best of the day.
Yeah, only 17% of the field landing in circle 1. That's only about 8 or 9 of the FPO players out of the 48 we have signed up for this event. So seeing 3 on 1 card is awesome. Kona missing just short of the basket. It's easy to do.
Come on, Maria.
Oh,
No.
Still drawing metal.
Yeah. This is what I was talking about. It's going to look awkward.
I think Catrina stands in at a crushing 5-2.
Thumbs up. I wish I did that. I tried to putt normally and missed from 8 feet with one of those castle things in the way.
I think where she was standing, she couldn't even see if it landed in the basket.
Yeah. The thumbs up after is like my favorite.
Am I good? Am I good?
Did it go in? Good conversion from Catrina.
Only 5 birdies on the day in the FPO field. Haley King, Paige Pierce, Ella Hansen, all 3 crushers. And Natalie Ryan. I haven't got to play with her yet.
She also can throw a mile.
A lot of big arms with the 2s. Going into the back 9.
Starting to look a lot like Christmas here on hole 11. It's a par 4, 664 feet. It is 350-ish feet to the landing zone here, this clearing we're coming up to. It is a bit windy generally on this hole, kind of a headwind.
You could say the weather is frightful.
If you land in the clearing, you do have a chance to attack for birdie. We're playing the shorter pin up here on this rock wall, which also can be dangerous on your approach if you land just wrong. Again, I saw some rollaways today. It's honestly difficult just to get in the correct landing zone. If you land in a Christmas tree, sometimes your footing and your run-up is just awful.
It's 350 feet to that green area. Katrina's like, oh, I'm going to just go pure hyzer the whole way.
I don't know why any of you struggle with this.
I have so much envy of that right now.
Yeah. Not too windy for them on this hole.
If you do not get over the Christmas trees, it makes this hole a lot more difficult. It takes a lot out. It puts a lot into chance as far as if you're going to have a run up or a stance or even room to swing your arm.
That was an Emperor, and Kona gets way down there, but she fades too far left into the second patch of Christmas trees and is going to probably have a difficult time attacking for birdie.
Missy looking like she's going kind of highs her the whole way as well and still gets there.
Wow, that
So
was her
impressive.
thrasher. Again, just highlighting how much distance she's kind of gained in the last year or two.
Maria's really good at throwing in the wind. She's from Texas. That's where she's played most of her life. She understands what it's like to throw a disc in the wind, but she doesn't quite get over on it this time.
Yeah, that was a destroyer, and it just fades too much, just like Kona's. And it is dense in this patch over here. Wow.
She commits to just smacking that tree. Oh my gosh, this goes so
Are you
kidding?
joking?
Stand still. That's amazing. That's amazing. She just threw 350 feet. Stand still. No, probably 300 feet.
I think I have to leave. What just happened?
It's so awesome to see how good the FPO field is getting. I mean, it's gotten so much more impressive just in the last year and a half. You can't get by with just 950 rated golf anymore. Everyone's getting better so quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm averaging 920 golf, and I'm like not in the cash line. If that tells you anything, you have to be really good now.
Missy just absolutely pinning it from right around 280 or 300 feet.
God, I guess this hole is easy.
It's easy when you get over the Christmas trees, but if you don't, just at +1, +2. Catrina, unfortunately, catching that last Christmas tree before you get to the green. She'll still be able to get her par, though. Kona throws a little bit left of the green. There is nothing over there.
I know, it's awful.
Sounds like we both know from experience.
Yeah. Oh, I was in there in the spot. I was like, I'm getting used to this spot. This is the 5th card in a row someone's been in here.
Maria, again, all over the basket, just barely low.
Left with a tester.
Yeah, this is a death putt. It drops off behind the basket pretty good.
Still gets a par, but man, after that amazing second shot, would have been nice to get the birdie. Catrina with the easiest birdie in the whoa, yeah, I forgot what happened, and she pars it. I remember now.
Kona looking at her birdie attempt. No, her par attempt. Oh my gosh. We just expect
We know
them to
exactly
birdie.
what's happening.
We expect them to get all the birdies.
Let's move on to hole 12.
As soon as we watch Missy for her birdie.
Is that a question? It was for a birdie.
We're right.
Great birdie.
Hole 12 is another hole where you have to contend with the Christmas trees. You can either throw over, we might see some ladies throwing over these Christmas trees, or trying to go up the gap. The risk there is you could finish out left, and there's some thick woods that doesn't allow you to have a run up to throw your second shot, where you hopefully can crest this hill, go down into this super tree-lined downhill fairway. It's one of the coolest throws at the Maple Hill property, in my opinion. It continues dropping off behind the basket, though, and makes for some death putt scenarios.
This is another thrasher. To the edge of the woods is 463 feet. This is exactly where all of us are pretty much trying to land. Middle of the hillside here, not mess with either trees left or right.
Would you say it's about, 325 to get past the trees? Maybe 350 to get past the trees?
Like to do what Catrina's doing here, do you mean? Because that is more like
That's 400.
85. Yeah.
That's 400.
I think 325, 350 is kind of where most of us are trying to land. Mm-hmm. Oh, that is
Turned
garbage.
over.
It's going to be terrible in there.
The Christmas trees are planted a lot closer together in this corner, so it's really easy to get tucked where all you really have is an overhand or a pitch out. Hopefully she'll have room to swing her arm. Oh. Maria with the same issue.
She gets closer to the edge, but it's just a roll of the dice whether they'll have any kind of footing here. Kona having to go bless you.
That looked like kind of like a Sky Annie sidearm.
Huh. Whatever it was pretty good.
It worked great. She'll be a little bit further left than you want to be when you're setting yourself up to throw down that gap.
Do you think she can park the basket from here?
It's Maria. She can do anything.
I mean, this is actually a great shot.
Oh my gosh. She makes it
crests
into the
hill.
gap.
Yeah.
She is blowing my mind on these scramble shots.
Missy with a really good look down the tunnel. You need to throw kind of like this, actually. You push straight for a bit and then want to hyzer a little bit, but not too much. It's pretty touchy to try to get down there for a putt.
Yeah, you kind of want to hug the right side of the gap, but there's so many trees. As soon as you enter, it becomes a really narrow fairway, and it's hard to get your disc to finish straight enough.
This is a cool play. I haven't really seen it. If you can flip a sidearm through the gap, I think the shape is probably better for it to get all the way to the pin.
Yeah, most people aren't far enough down on their drive to be able to throw a sidearm. Kona gonna work that flex shot though.
Work it, girl.
Ooh, gets through a lot of stuff.
Just outside the circle, maybe 40.
Thank God I caught that tree.
Yeah.
I feel like that was going forever.
No.
Following up greatness with the old first available. We've all been there. This also played as the most difficult hole in the course. I guess it tied with hole 1. 67% of the field with a bogey or worse, averaging at almost a full stroke over par as well. That's not surprising to me at all.
Yeah. It's really difficult to... The whole hole. I can't even pick a part of the hole. It's difficult.
There's just not really wonderful landing zones, maybe. And if you just try to get a little bit aggressive to get past the landing zone, you can spiral really quickly. No one landed inside the circle for birdie all day. There was, however, one birdie.
Oh, it just hurts your heart. It's happened to all of us, but it's never fun to watch or experience. Missy taking a bogey. Again, not necessarily losing a lot of strokes with the bogey on this hole.
Catrina saving her par. Ella Hansen with the only 3 on the day. Without landing in circle 1, so she had to make a putt. Only 4% of the field landing in circle 2 for birdie. So that's only 2 people.
Wow.
I mean, it is so hard to get down to this green with all those trees and with the angle.
Yeah, Kona almost did it. But, yep. I'm just going to move away from that one. Hole 13 is a par 3, 473 feet, but very reachable because it's all downhill. You're trying to throw very, very straight. We saw Maria throw a mid yesterday. You're going to see fairway driver. You're going to see driver. It's kind of just dealer's choice. But if you come into this green with speed, you can end up skipping very, very long. So definitely a chance for some birdie looks, but you have to really control the angle of your disc on this shot.
There was kind of a tail right to left crosswind when my card went through. It looks pretty calm right now. It definitely does play with your disc with all the airspace when you're throwing down a big 473-foot hill like this. Catrina catches some branches high in the gap, but it lays her down pretty nicely right in the middle of the fairway.
Yeah, she was throwing a lower speed disc. Missy
throwing a perfect shot.
Big Z Mantis. And
is a Mantis is a slower fairway?
Yeah, I think it's like a flippier fairway.
Looks like she's inside the circle. Might have some obstructions on the green.
Great shot though. Kona with a Star Leopard 3.
Wow. Oh my gosh. That's such a bummer. That was beautiful. It was a little high, but man.
She wrote in her comments, juiced.
Yeah, that might have gone way past. But that line.
She's still in circle 2. A little too far right. Sometimes these sneak through though.
Oh yeah. Looks like she almost got into circle 2 with her sneak through. Catrina
Oh,
making
wow.
this approach look so easy when it's so not. It's
So not.
It's so not. It's very steep downhill. The green is very rocky and slidey. She just lays it up there.
Tougher look than I expected for Maria, but wow, what a great angle on her sidearm. Out and around. Anheuser. Very nice.
Not that we need any proof, but she's still showing her greatness, even on a rough day. It did. It sat right down. Missy just outside the circle.
Kona with an Anheuser. I guess just laying up.
Maybe that tree was a good thing that knocked her drive down.
I think it probably was.
Catrina saving her par with that awesome approach. 8% of the field with birdies. That's only 4 birdies on the day. Less than I thought, but it is hard. Big ups to Haley King, Ellen Woodboom, Vanessa Van Dyken, and Christine Jennings. I got to watch Vanessa throw her meteor on this hole. It was unbelievable. Absolutely parked it.
Yeah, Ellen got down there with a forehand.
Yes.
Crazy. Let's check in with the leaderboard here. Katrina scorching 3 down. Haley King also under par, moving up the leaderboard. Everybody else kind of just a few strokes over par.
Haley better be under par with that ace. Hole 14 is another one that is aceable, one of the few. It's 286 feet, carrying water the entire way. You want to throw a hyzer that hangs out over the water for a little bit too long to make you comfortable and then land softly on the green. You'll see a lot of people error left, hitting the green and skipping.
This one also has a crowd, and I think the 8-hole crowd moves over here to watch everybody.
Yeah, they rival as far as enthusiasm.
Yeah.
They're not as organized. They don't have their little things, but they are so excited.
Katrina most likely just laying up for her par from there. It'll be interesting to see, I guess, if she runs it. Missy.
Ooh, puts it way out wide.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's got enough.
Come on. Yeah. And exactly like you said, hanging it out too long to be comfortable, but then parking it. That was her Gannon Undertaker.
It's a
Buy
hole.
one now.
It's a hole where you say, "Oh no,"
Yeah.
and then you park it.
And then you, birdie it.
The lighting looks so magical here.
Mm-hmm. Destroyer from Kona. Just needs to dig and not skip too far.
Okay,
Yeah?
she'll have a putt.
A nerve-testing putt.
You think she goes for it? She's been a little bit conservative on the green.
She has been conservative.
I think she goes for it. Maria. Throwing it a little lower than you want, but look at that ground action.
Yeah, I think that was an MD3. That's what she threw yesterday.
Oh. I like the mid-range play.
Yeah, not going to get quite as much ground play. Ooh.
And with the MD3, you don't have to worry about it flipping. That's the smart play.
I like Katrina's effort to still attack for the birdie, even though she's already 3 down. She hungry.
Maria giving it a good solid bit. Again, just a tiny bit low. Drawing metal like she has all day.
No. Still got to respect the bid.
Yes. And I mean, that's the worst case scenario as far as the basket hit goes, is hitting the top.
Squeaking it in for the par.
I feel like a good round at Maple Hill feels like that. You're just barely squeaking by.
Yeah. And then at the end, you kind of breathe a sigh of relief. You're like, oh, it was okay.
Oh, I made it. I did this. Maria saving her par. Getting out of the way so Missy can tap in that birdie.
Let's hear the cheers for this one.
28% of the field with a birdie. And it feels so good.
Hole 15 is a pretty tight woods hole, 323 feet. Really just throwing down through this tunnel. There is a pretty good gap on this right side if you kind of turn something over right here and then fade back towards the pin. You can definitely get a birdie. It is pretty difficult to get all the way there just throwing straight.
Catching early trees is pretty much an instant bogey.
And pretty likely, unfortunately.
Yeah. getting over. It doesn't guarantee the par, but it definitely makes it a lot more likely. Missy gets across the gully.
She's maybe just outside circle 2. Wow, it's getting dark. It's like almost 7 p.m. I think.
Yeah, the rounds have been playing pretty slow. A lot of backups. It's really hard to get on a roll out here. That's why it's impressive to see people put together a good round like Catrina is right now.
Yeah, I think every hole you're waiting like 5 minutes
Minimum.
to 10 or 15 on some of the backups. So it's just hard to find your rhythm.
Ooh, yeah.
So this is that play I was talking about in the flyover where you churn it through the trees.
It's perfect.
And then park it. She is so
Maria.
good with that FD. Star Leopard 3 just needs to settle.
I wonder if if she's going for that inside line. I mean, that was perfect.
It worked
right up the
regardless whether she's going for it or not. Katrina's showing us the difficulty going down from the ditch, and you honestly don't see that very much.
No.
That was an excellent play.
Missy with a long look at birdie.
Yeah, great run. Kona for her birdie. Count it.
Only 7 people getting inside the circle on the drive here. We got to watch 2 of them on our card. Katrina keeping that round nice and clean, saving the par.
Yeah, beautiful scramble shot.
Yes.
Tap in bird.
Some green on Maria's card.
Caw. Good footwork.
She must be a dancer. Hole 16 is a new pin and pad for the FPO. It's 401 feet. You cross over the men's fairway right here, over this brick wall that's about the midway point, hopefully finishing to the left and getting over this creek. It's a little boggy down there on the left-hand side if you hyzer out. We'll see a lot of people just pitching up and getting their 3 in majority of the field, but these lead card ladies can definitely reach the green.
I've yet to see anybody land inside the circle, and I would like to. So, come on, ladies. Ooh. That is the farthest drive I've seen.
Oh my.
Still not in the circle.
But pin high,
disappointed.
almost.
No, that was an amazing shot.
That was unbelievable. It looks like only 2 or maybe 3 people getting inside the circle. 6% on their drive.
That looks amazing also. Emperor.
Oh, just
Still not in the
barely
circle, though.
Not impressed again.
No, I think Kona actually did get in the circle yesterday and birdied it. Just has this
She did.
dialed with her Emperor.
Must be nice to throw 400 feet in the woods. So cool. Missy pimping the... Oh, I thought she was around that tree by a long shot.
Yeah, it's a tight line.
Yeah, you almost have to play up the left-hand side and throw at that main fairway tree.
No.
Oh. A little bit of a grip lock action.
That
Oof.
it's
I don't...
gonna be unbelievable if she can get even close to the green. Yeah, I think just kind of conceding the bogey. Still
Yeah.
a great shot out of there.
Yeah, I think the only option she had really was to pitch out to the fairway. Missy throwing a standstill, patent pending, hoping to get around those trees. She'll be right around the middle of Circle 2 land. Katrina going sidearm to get herself on the green for a bogey save. And from where her drive landed, that's all you can ask for.
Yeah, it could definitely spiral quickly from there. Oof. Did you hear that squish?
Yeah. It's so muddy down there.
For birdie?
Come on. Not quite finding it today, but not far off.
See if Kona can cash one.
A soft bid. Only one birdie on the day from Paige Pierce.
Oh, good comeback. Maria's kind of been missing at that distance, so it's good to see her confidently put that one in for par.
Missy having to take the bogey as well. It happened so quickly on this hole. If you hit an early tree, 44% of the field with a bogey or worse. I feel like par is really all most of the field can ask for on this hole. It's nice to give yourself a long jump putt, but it's a really challenging green being uphill, so slightly elevated.
Hole 17, you shoot through the gap, try to get up the hill, take a 90-degree turn to the right where it goes downhill and ends on an elevated pin. Swarm Digital Marketing, top left corner up there, they design, develop, and maintain websites, so if you're a business or a disc golfer that needs some help with your website, logo, online, reputation management, whatever, give them a call, mention GK Pro for a free consultation. I don't think there's any out of bounds on this hole or anything, it's just
Getting through this gap.
We were trying to guess the percentage of people that hit one of these trees yesterday. So we're at 25% for the card.
Maria has had the farthest drive I think I've ever seen on this hole yesterday, and judging from how hard that disc just hit it, she was going for that again. Thankfully, it just bounces straight backwards.
And actually, this is exactly where Maria landed yesterday. Normally, the right side, you don't want to land over there because then you're pinched, but that was so far that she actually has a pretty open look at it.
Yeah, that was a crush.
Most people are trying to fade a little to the left to open up the angle for a sidearm or an Anheuser putter to the pin.
Kona shot, I want to just highlight how awesome it was. 376 feet uphill, so I mean, it's playing longer than that. And you can see 3 out of 4 of our lead card ladies hitting those guardian trees. So the fact that Kona's throwing about a 400-foot shot through the gap is awesome.
Catrina said she's never even hit that before. Yeah.
Thankfully, they all hit it, but they all stayed in the middle. It's so easy to shoot right or left, and look at that.
Look at how dense that is. Oh, wow. Crazy footing from Catrina.
Oh.
It's amazing she got that much power.
Oh my God, that's so good.
She stepped in the middle of a bush and still just laced it.
Right at the top of the hill, perfectly in the center of the gap.
Missy having to, lunge under the branch.
She'll be far to the left-hand side, but it's far enough down the field. I'm from Florida, where, I thought she was further than that. I thought she was going to be able to look down the gap. But look at that sidearm.
Still a good effort. Puts her to about 38, 40 feet.
With a super tester on the elevated basket up on a rock wall.
Wow, Maria getting tricky through this right side. Gets to about the same spot as Missy just did. That's impressive.
That is impressive. But it feels like all that work and the reward is daunting.
Kona with the easiest little chip shot, parked for her birdie. And great speed control and par save from Catrina.
Maria just going to take her bogey. That's a smart play here from someone who 4-putted. Laying up is the best move on this hole. It looks like the FPO
You
field...
went birdie to double bogey?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
yes,
God.
I did. It looks like the FPO field is really figuring out this hole, though. 33% of the field landing in circle 1 for birdie, and that's high for these Maple Hill difficult holes. So,
very cool.
Yeah, awesome to see people figuring out this very challenging hole. 23% of the field with a birdie. Hole 18, there is out of bounds all along the right-hand side on the other side of this rock wall. A lot of people are going to be shooting up this gap. There's a Mando, so you're forced to go up this gap and hopefully hyzer to the left-hand side and maybe set yourself up to be able to get on the green on your second shot, but you really have to go to crush town off the tee to get that luxury. If you can't quite reach going over this out-of-bounds area onto the green, you can lay up and pitch across, hopefully giving yourself a long putt for 3 or just a simple up and down for par.
The vibes, the vibes here on this hole were amazing. The clubhouse is just full of people. We're just going to see the crowd here in a minute. really hypes you up if you go for the green on your second shot. It's super fun.
Yeah, if there's one thing that Maple Hill provides, it is a level of hype. The crowd is awesome. It's always been awesome on hole 18. It's pretty legendary. The bleachers right next to the green.
That's a massive shot. Sometimes that tree can get in the way, but she might be far enough up there where, I don't know, maybe it won't be. Good power, but a little low.
Yeah, when you're not feeling confident, I think you start erroring low. It feels a little safer down there.
Don't fly too close to the sun.
Yeah, I hate to see Maria having a rough day, but it happens. And Maple Hill really can highlight it. Missy throwing it way down there, though.
So if you miss the green on this shot, there is a drop zone through a V tree that's very hard to save your bogey.
Maria leaving it a little bit low again, but going for the green. I love to see that. She's going for the little gap. Leaves it a couple feet low.
Perfect little layup from Kona. And if you get close enough to the edge here, you still have a chance to throw it in for birdie.
Looks like Missy is lining up the green. Yes, dude.
This is a Zeus.
Turns it over just a little bit too much, but she has all the distance to get there.
Close one.
Catrina.
It's kind of a tricky angle.
Oh, yeah. Catrina lining up the sidearm as well. Her sidearm's looking so solid.
Wow.
Yeah.
She was so far and so much to the left that was just a pure hyzer forehand. Oh, man, she nails it.
She's one of only 2 people to get on the green for birdie in the FPO field. Really nice up and down from Kona.
Yeah, just playing smartly for par.
Missy with a long putt to save her par. Maria with the bogey after going for it. Bogey feels okay on 18 if you know you're taking that risk that's always going to be in the cards. There was only 2 birdies on the day, one with a long putt from Paige Pierce and the other on our lead card. Catrina Allen rounding out that awesome day, and I believe the hot round of the day.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, she shot 3 under on the day, which has to feel so good.
Look at all that green.
Kona also under par.
Yeah, really minimizing the mistakes as well. Just barely getting a couple extra bogeys. Missy looking so clean as well. These cards are unbelievable. If you look at the rest of the field, there's a lot more red and orange and blue. Maria having a little bit of an off day, but it happens to the best of us, and we expect greatness from her tomorrow. The rest of the leaderboard, everyone hanging out around 3 or 4 strokes over par. Owen Scoggins popping off a 2 over. That feels great.
Yeah, Paige Pierce moving way up to join our lead card for the final day tomorrow.
And contend for yet another MVP Open title.
Thank you so much for joining us. We had a good time watching. Thanks GK Pro for the coverage. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
And I'm Madison Walker. We are 2 hot geese.
Honk.
Honk.